According to legend, the Cumaean Sibyl is also responsible for the acquisition by Roman officials, by the Roman administration, the acquisition of these books of prophecy known as the Sibylline books. These were collections of oracular sayings, ostensibly by Sibyls, that were put together into these volumes that at one point or another came into Rome's possession. This is not to be confused with the Sibylline oracles, which is a separate collection of books. They're influenced by Judaism and Christianity. That's a different thing than what I'm talking about. Those books are extant. We have them, or we have at least some portion of them. Whereas the Sibylline books, the ones from the Sibyls, the ones that the Sibyls gave to the last king of Rome, those we don't have, unfortunately. But those are the ones that I'm going to be talking about. The Sibylline oracles or the pseudo-Sibylline oracles, that's a different thing. So the legend of how Rome comes into possession of the Sibylline books goes like this. The Sibyl of Cumae approached King Tarquinius Superbus. This was back when Rome had kings prior to the Republic. Tarquinius Superbus is the last king of Rome. She approached him and she said, "I have 9 books of prophecy to sell you for this price." Tarquinius refused to buy them. He said the price was too high, so she went away and she burned 3 of the books. She came back to him with 6 books of prophecy for the same price, and Tarquin again refused to purchase the books. So she went away and she burned 3 more of these books. She approached Tarquin again for the 3rd time and said, "I have 3 books of prophecy for the same price, the original price that she had told him for the 9 books. And Tarquin said, "I should probably ask someone about this." So he consulted with his augurs, and they were horrified to find out that 6 of the books had been burned, and they begged him to pay whatever the cost was to get these last 3 books. And so that's what he did. He paid the price of 9 to only get 3. And so Rome gets its hands on these books. During the Republic, these books were kept in the Temple of Jupiter in the Roman Forum, and they were guarded by a select group of priests. The contents of the books are largely unknown. These would have been secret tomes that were only consulted by the select group of priests and only on occasions of great need. But we know at least that they were supposedly collections of oracular sayings. And the way that they were used was not so much to look for a specific answer to a specific question. They were consulted as part of the response to things like natural disasters, for example, or attacks on the city. The idea was that the books would be able to tell them the kind of expiatory rituals that they need to do in order to remedy whatever the problem is. So if there's a drought or a famine, you consult the books, and then the books tell you, in the case of this happening, all things considered, this is what you should do to make the drought or the famine go away. The temple where the books were held was burned down in 83 BCE, towards the end of the Republic, and the books were lost with it. Over time, the temple was rebuilt, and new books were sought out by Rome to replace what they had lost. They were gathered from around the Mediterranean, and they were verified by experts to make sure that they were true books of prophecy, and then those were subsequently used in the same way that the original collection had been. And so the books continued to be consulted and used throughout Rome's history all the way until the 4th century CE, when they were once again burned, likely due to the spread and wide adoption of Christianity in the empire. It's